Hello my friends and welcome back to the rabbit hole. As you know, I'm attempting to take all of these years of skincare trials that I've been doing and condense them into informative skincare videos, right? So in today's video, I wanted to talk specifically about eye cream because I think it is the most controversial step in a skincare routine. There's a lot of debate over whether you actually need an eye cream or whether it's a scam. And to the credit of the people claiming it's a scam, I completely agree that eye cream is overpriced for the amount you get. I really do. I think that it is an obvious price difference when you see how much you pay for these half-ounce little jars versus a moisturizer at 1.7 ounces that's usually, what, $10 more? But that said, I think it's important to say that some people probably don't need an eye cream at all and can get away with using a moisturizer, and yet I do think there are some people who benefit from an eye cream for different reasons. So we're gonna cover all of that in this video, as well as some recommendations for my favorite eye creams. Let's start off by kind of eliminating people who may not need eye cream so you can figure out if you are one of those lucky people who has hit the jackpot and can save a lot of money over the course of your life. Before I talk about those people though, I do want to make it clear that the skin around your eyes is different from the skin on the rest of your face. It does have a little bit of a higher pH. It is thinner, and you can even feel these differences. If you take your pinky finger and just kind of lightly dab around your eye versus your face, it feels different. However, I think there is less of a pronounced variation for some people, and those people may not have any problem using a standard moisturizer around their eyes. So how do you know if this is you? Well, for one thing, you've probably never experienced milia. Milia are these little white bumps that appear under your eyes if you've over-moisturized that area. If you've never had this problem, regardless of what moisturizer you've used, congratulations. You win probably several $1,000s in the form of saved money. And even in saying that, there may be people who still could be prone to getting milia who've discovered a good moisturizer that is often used by oily skin, one of the more gel type ones that works in their under eye area quite nicely. On the other hand, some people can't get away with this. Some people will experience those little white bumps, and that's not very pleasant. So let's get into that second category, people who benefit from using an eye cream. Personally, I want to start with where I fall, which is people who enjoy using an eye cream but may or may not actually require it. I think this is a particular group of people, and I want to emphasize that these are people who may not wear makeup every single day. Something I've really noticed in running my channel is that, I wear a lot of intense makeup looks, if you haven't noticed, and then other days I really go out looking like this. It doesn't bother me. I don't care what the world thinks of me without makeup. And what I've noticed is there's a lot of people in the skincare community who just never wear makeup, not even this standard. There's a lot of people who believe that women have to wear mascara every day. I don't think that. I don't think you have to. But the thing is, even if you don't wear makeup, you still kind of want to look your best. And so what I've found here is that I've kind of gravitated towards some eye creams that have cosmetic effects to them, i.e. they're kind of similar to makeup, specifically concealer in a couple of ways, without being a concealer. On the other hand, if you are somebody who just wears makeup, you might just be able to get away with a concealer. But I feel like for me, if I was to take this face and just throw concealer under my eyes, I feel like it looks kind of forced. So let me show you a couple of my recommendations here. I've talked a lot about Tatcha's The Pearl. This is my personal favorite eye cream to use specifically during the day because of the way it brightens my under eye area. This is kind of, if I'm being honest with you, a concealer, corrector, and eye cream all in one. And one of its biggest strengths is that you need so little of this product. This retails for $48 for 0.4 ounces, and I was kind of trying to think about how that compares to a lot of concealers. So, for example, you have Tarte Shape Tape, which is 0.3 ounces for $27, so you still are paying more for this. Granted, I think you're paying more for the packaging as well. But that said, I absolutely love it. This is again, my favorite eye cream during the day. I'll tell you what this compares to. This actually reminds me of Tata Harper's Illuminating Eye Cream for a lot less money, for half the price. And if you're specifically looking for a natural eye cream, that is a good choice, but I just didn't like the price of it. This, even though it's Tatcha and it's very expensive, I really like the way this looks. This is what I'm wearing today, by the way. So I just talked about a product that is a concealer, eye cream, and corrector all in one. Let's focus on what I mean with the word corrector. So in order to talk about this, I gotta pop up the color wheel into the corner of the screen so you understand where I'm going with this. Basically, if you have under eye circles, which is a huge concern for many people, you need to figure out if your under eye circles are more blue or more purple, because this will depend on which corrector works better for you. If your under eyes are more purple in tone, then you want something yellow because it's the opposite of the color wheel. And if your under eye circles are more blue, you want something that's more peach, again, because that's the opposite of the color wheel as well. Both of these eye creams are beautiful, color correcting eye creams, the kind that I would also recommend for people who do not want to put makeup on over these necessarily. Both of these do work well with makeup, but then you can just buy a corrector. So Origin's Ginseng Refreshing Eye Cream is $32 for a ½ ounce, and it has a little bit of a peach color to it. Ole Henriksen's Banana Bright Eye Cream is $38 for a ½ ounce, and it has a little bit of a yellow color to it. I will go ahead and put up some swatches of these eye creams so you can see what they look like. Funny enough, both of these were sent to me initially by, I think, Influencer, but I ended up repurchasing both of them because I actually really enjoy both of these, depending on how bad my insomnia is for that day. So what if you don't care about any of this color correcting concealer appearance? What if you do wear makeup and you're like, I'm just gonna buy concealer and corrector, I'm totally fine over here? Well, I still have some eye cream recommendations. Let's start with this one because this is a very, very affordable eye cream that I think pretty much all skin types will enjoy. This is the Innisfree Intensive Hydrating Eye Cream with Green Tea Seed. This is $24 for an entire ounce. That compares to being $12 for the same amount as the other eye creams in this video, making this by far the cheapest. The only catch with Innisfree is that it's a little hard to get the brand. You'd have to order from either their website or Yes Style. I think maybe a couple other places. So this is just a basic, kind of lightweight eye cream that still gives you antioxidants from the green tea. It's not my personal favorite, and by the way, this one was sent to me, but I do think that it's a great option for people with more sensitive skin, for people who don't need a heavy eye cream or don't want that. This is a really nice and affordable eye cream. And I really want to emphasize here before I move on, this is a Korean brand. I think that if you are offended by the idea of spending at least $30 for a ½ ounce of eye cream at Sephora and even $20 for a ½ ounce at the American drugstore, you should check out Korean brands. There are a ton of eye creams that are in this price range. Really, really affordable. They don't jack the prices up on eye creams in Korea the same way they do in America. I can't figure out why, they just don't. And then my final recommendation is kind of a new discovery, but it is one that I absolutely love so much. This is Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This one is also more affordable as well. This is $30 for a ½ ounce, and yet it is so worth the money. This is a very thick eye cream and one that I recommend using at night. You really wake up with your eyes looking very smooth and refreshed after using this, and yet it's not too heavy. I think it is the humectants that they use in here, including avocado. It just kind of feels heavy, but then is not as heavy in practice. So I hope this was a quick and concise way to kind of summarize whether eye cream is for you or not, as well as some of my favorites. Please feel free to drop a comment below as usual if you have any experience with these, or comment your favorite eye cream if there's one that I have not yet discovered. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.